Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog, and once again it's tea time. Good morning. It's Monday morning, actually. Welcome to a new week, and thank you for joining me. So today we're going to be talking about FujiFilm. Really short, something that was in the rumor mill and in the news type of thing, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I wanted to tell you a story about what I think about it and what is going on. Now, let me start out by saying 2014, 4 years ago, I was at Photo Plus Expo and I was covering the event as press for Digital Photography Cafe, yada, yada, yada. And there was a booth that was there that was very interesting. And when I saw it, I was like, why is there a phone manufacturer here? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, the booth was a Samsung booth, Samsung. I'm like, what is going on here? So we went over there and took a look to see what it was all about. And they had this really nice booth set up, and they had models, and they had this camera there and all kinds of stuff and lenses and flashes and all stuff. I'm like, what is Samsung doing? Well, it was the release of their NX1. Now, when I took a look at this camera, I was like, wow, this thing is truly amazing. It's a mirrorless camera, but it felt like a DSLR. Wow. APS-C sensor. It was a BSI sensor. It was the very first BSI sensor, backed illuminated sensor ever that was APS-C. All the ones previous were 1-inch sensors. The thing shot 15 frames per second. That was really good for back then. It had 205 points of AF phase detection across 90% of the sensor itself, which was amazing at the time. It also shot 422 video at 8-bit, not bad for 4 years ago, as well as having an Android operating system. What? An Android open source operating system. So they were showing all kinds of things that you can do with it and tether it to this and send directly into the cloud and just get all kinds of information through this OS. I was like, wow, this is like innovative. This thing is just new, right? This was cool stuff. And it, like I said, felt like a DSLR, not like the mirrorless that we knew of at the time. I just came from the Sony booth when the A7 came out, as well as the A7R. And at the time, it felt like 2 packs of cigarettes, right? Compared to this mirrorless that was like, truly felt like one of my 5Ds or something. So it was amazing. It was really amazing. But the problem with it was its price, guys. $2,800. And it was directly competing with like the Nikon D7200, the 7D, as well as the Panasonic at the time. It was the GH4. And of course the Fujifilm X-T3. But the Sony A7 stole the show. All right. It was like $1,699, I think. And then the A7R at the time was like $2,200. So this being at $2,800, I'm like, God, guys, that is a lot of money. This is a cool camera, but that is a lot of money. Well, come to find out, after 1 year of being out there from 2014, right around 2015, mid to end of 2015, the axe came down. Samsung said, that's it. We're calling it. No more Samsung NX1. Really sad. It was really sad because it was such an amazing camera for its time, well ahead of everyone else. It was just outpriced. The price was just completely off. Well, guys, that camera, even though it was dead, its soul, its essence has been resurrected and placed into a Fujifilm X-T3. Now, bear in mind, this is rumors, but we're pretty sure this is 4 or 5 different rumor sites are getting collaborated information from different sources saying this is true. So why is this important? And why am I telling you this story? Well, this is the thing that I really like about Fuji. All right. Many other companies use Sony sensors, all right? They don't tell you this, but they use Sony sensors, and then they make modifications and whatnot, and they put them into their cameras. That is all well and good. The problem is you're putting your eggs into the basket of your direct competitor. It's one thing if they weren't a direct competitor of yours, but they are, okay? And at any time they could say, Nikon, for example, there's just currently a shortage on the sensors that you need for your Z series. I'm sorry, guys. Instead of 5,000, we're only going to be able to give you 3,000 this month. And that's it. When you put an integral piece of your puzzle into the hands of your direct competitor, they are in complete control of your production model. At any time, they can have you on back order and not selling cameras. And honestly, keep in mind, Sony is selling cameras and making a lot of money selling cameras. They're selling sensors and making good money, but I tell you, they're going to make more selling an A7 in comparison to you selling a Z series camera, okay? Period. All right. Now, this is, the conspiracy theory and whatnot. And I've talked to you guys about this in the past, that if you're making sensors and you have an A lot and a B lot and you have some that are better than others, who is going to get your better sensors? Your brand or your competitor's brand? I mean, it doesn't take like a rocket science, right? To say, well, of course, we're going to keep our best for ourselves. Right? Any of the other ones we're going to sell out. Right? We're going to OEM them out. Now, does that happen? Maybe, maybe not. All right? Remember, the sensors are specifically made for example, Nikon. So it's not like they're getting the exact same sensor. So it might not be that big of a factor, but the actual wafers, the product itself, the base product that's coming or made out of, there could be different lots. I wouldn't doubt it. But regardless, back to Fuji. Fuji now has this sensor that was in the NX1, modified of course, but now in their X-T3. That also gives them not only a fantastic sensor that we know is just the bomb. 4 years ago, now it's even better modified, but it's 70% cheaper than an equivalent Sony sensor, guys. 70% cheaper, right? That's why now that they're making the X-T3 in China and they're using the sensor that was a Samsung sensor and yada, 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 they're able to bring this amazing camera at such a low price. So also Fujifilm is really doing great in the medium format mirrorless space, right? They are doing amazing. They've completely circumvented the full frame mirrorless wars. Now you have Canon, Sony, Nikon, and in a minute you have Panasonic all competing in that full frame mirrorless space. They just said, you know what? We're not going to get into that. We're going to go straight to mirrorless medium format from our APS-C. And they've done it, and they've done it in spades, guys. They have their GFX 50S, their GFX 50R that's going to be coming out in a minute. All right. That is a 50 megapixel medium format rangefinder that should be sub $4,000, which will be amazing. And then about 6 months later, they're going to have a 100 megapixel version out there, which is their GFX 100 line. That is unbelievable. And their prices are going to be right because they're going to be $4,000 to $6,000 compared to other medium formats that are close to $50,000, right? So they are really hitting it hard when it comes to medium format. The only problem is, unlike this X-T3 that has the Samsung sensor in it, they're using Sony sensors when it comes to their medium format bodies. Now, I don't get on them so hard because they're in a space all their own, let's call it, all right? But when Sony decides to come out with a medium format mirrorless camera, then Fujifilm is going to be in the exact same spot as, for example, Nikon. All right? They are going to now put their eggs into the Sony basket and hope that Sony gives them top quality and a lot of production, the amount that they need to fulfill their orders. By then, maybe they'll find someone else to do their medium format sensors because Fuji is a smart company. So, anyways, guys, I still don't know how the X-T3 is doing out in the real world with non-shills doing the testing. I haven't seen anything. I haven't tested it myself yet, so I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be an amazing camera, but let's just say the jury is still out, so we'll see how it ends up working out. Hopefully it is as good as it is on paper. So guys, that's my thoughts on the FujiFilm X-T3, the rebirth of the Samsung NX1 sensor in that camera. I think is really very, very interesting, and especially at the price. So that's it, guys. As always, I hope you enjoy my content. If you have, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like, and if there is, please pick it up and support me. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and happy shooting.